Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka The Weather Gamer, bringing you the recap video for WWC season recap. We'll look at the championships, we'll look at the playoff run for both main and B. We'll talk about it as a commissioner, how I felt the season went, and just we'll close season 3 here. So, well, in season 1 of D. But as you can see here, your finals match for main league is Ian and the Ladner Lanterns and Spare and the Ottawa Centrets. I'd break down their full teams and all that, but there's no real point. Spare's got Mega Mew, 2Y, Crook, Scissor, Ditto, Nihilego, and Palo Sand here. You can see Spare's team with the Mega Doom, Milotic, the G/, Lando T, Selgor, and Xerneas, the deer. So, go ahead and play this out here for you guys so you can see it. So I do want to point out one thing there. I really wish that Spare had brought Mirror Coat. If Spare had brought Mirror Coat right there, it would have been such a great play. I don't know if he potentially was afraid of it minding, scouting that, but Mirror Coat Milotic right there would have killed that Mega Mewtwo Y, and man, it would have been such a cool tech. But still, getting a Toxic off was not bad there either. Right there was a great prediction for Spare, but one thing that people, if you haven't been paying attention all season, is Aegislash is a Latin King Shield, so there is King Shield. The Rock Slot, I would see, it goes off right there. The Rock Slot, I assume, was for the Zapdos. Subtoxic, Crook gives me the heebie-jeebies. And Ian brought a really weird tech here. And you're about to see it. Dog, please stop. Francis. He did not bring Scarf Ditto. It was really clean tech. Hey. Hey. Hey! Child. Please. It's okay, there's nobody here. Hey! Doofus! You're making me restart this whole video, aren't you? Doofus. Don't bark. Sorry about that. She wanted to kick in as well. So, but non-scarfed Ditto. Clean tech. Kind of threw Spare off a little bit there, I think. Definitely threw Spare off a little bit, just looking at his comment right there. So, obviously, Akaberry was a good play here, knowing that Zern having the Berry obviously was really good there. But that non-scarf kind of threw. And then, I hadn't seen Spare run this all season, but apparently he's run Berry quite a bit. Now this, we learned this too here. Apparently Ditto doesn't transform out of its stance change. It stays in the stance that it copies. So, interesting thing to note there. And then catches Ian here with a King Shield. I don't know why he rock slid there. And then this here, Spare makes a comment about being banded, and like had he had water shuriken, that would have been so clean, but he didn't. And Ditto was fat, Ditto out speed. I assume it's a speed tie in that case. The Nihilego is Scarf because it hit the other thing super hard. Another berry. And goes for the win off of that. So Ian and your Ian and his Ladner Lanterns are your WWC Season 3 champions. So congrats to Ian. Spare makes it back to the championship after missing out on playoff Season 2. Spare was the Season 1 champion, so definitely Spare is a very potent coach. He's made finals 2 out of 3 times, so definitely keep in mind for Season 4, if he returns, he'll be a strong one to have to deal with. But GG's to Ian. I know I was really salty about losing to Ian last week, and again, not right, but still, great game. Glad to have lost to the championship. I lost to Ian. I think I lost to Spare the season he won his championship. So apparently if you beat me down hard to Spare, beat me down, you're going to win the championship. I don't know. GG's to Ian. So moving over to the D-League, you had Zippy versus Photon. Nail. Photon. Got Mega Aggron, Clefable, Muck, Shaman, Zapdos, and Sneasel versus Togekiss. What is that thing? Salazzle, Diggersby, because I think Bugs Bunny, Jirachi's getting his face hidden, Jellicent, and a Mega Diancie. So we'll go ahead and break this one down. I'm surprised the Salazzle stayed in and subbed, but also, thank you for naming your Shaman after me. Shaman's a good boy. He doesn't miss if you treat him right. So sub Mega Aggron started getting me thinking here, and he's sub Toxic Aggron. You can see in the comments, people during the match were talking about Toxic Stall and all that. Yeah, I don't like Toxic Stall, okay? I don't. It's not a good play style in my mind. It's whatever. But, you know, people are gonna use it. I gotta deal with it. So. But this Aggron's gonna end up taking out this Jellicent to Toxic. Pretty sure it was Scarfed. I never did. Oh no, it wasn't Scarfed. It was just. It looked that way. No Paras. I don't remember if he was Pressure or Para. Seed Flare missed. Okay, that's the first time the Seed Flare has missed when it's named after me. Or that, because I never missed Seed Flare, but. Oh, and then this. I could not believe that we had this go on again. Zippy brings Sub-Toxic Protect, Corrosion, Salazzle, which is just gross. But we see here shortly, it's Wish. It's Wish, Clefable into Sub-Toxic Aggron. These two both are just like, and Rise just said, how to give Zach PTSD. Yes, it is. These two both played Toxic Stalls. They both brought a Toxic Stall component to their team, and I'm laughing about it because, you know, I hate playing it. I wish people wouldn't do it. If people want, at least to me, I wish people wouldn't do it. If they want to do each other, fine, but don't toxic stall me, please. But I have no control of that. It's just, it was super, super funny watching this match and seeing both of them just toxic stall each other. Especially Salazzle, that's legit. That's top level prep to bring sub protect, corrosion, so nothing is safe from it. Like, taunt's the only thing that keeps it safe. And here you just see Zippy's gonna take out this muck via toxic stall. Which, it makes sense. Like, Photon had such a massive team. And then he gets flinch haxed here at the end. And it's just, it's so sad to see. Like, he could have taken out this thing at least, and then he would have lost to Salazzle, unfortunately. But it's just too bad that he had the flinches, but Hax is Hax. So, Zippy is your D-League champion. He will be the one and only D-League champion, because as I will get into it here, D-League is no more. So, here you can see how things played out. Zippy made it to the championship and won by beating Rise, then beating Marker, who beat Luke. Photon made it to the championship game by beating Mars and beating Los, who beat Crow. And as far as the other side goes, Ian made it by beating Slick and then beating me, who beat Savage. And Spare made it by beating Matt and then beating Suspect, who beat Acorn. It would have been so cool to have a Chicago Cranidos versus Beartix, but it just wasn't in the cards. So, what my thoughts on the season, and then we'll talk about the future of WWC here. I am thoroughly disappointed as commissioner. I know everyone else thought this was a great season. I personally don't, just because of how the season went. We had a lot of dropouts again, but that's normal. A lot of forfeits, which I don't like, including potential forfeits in playoffs, so we made changes to that, and we'll continue to make changes to that. Why do I think the season was not a success? One, I didn't commit to the D-League the way I intended. Yes, they did well. I saw legitimate growth from a lot of people. There were baby steps, big steps. A lot of coaches made a lot of progress in D-League. But I wasn't able to be there and help them and say, hey, this is what, or find people to say, hey, this is what you did wrong in this match, or not necessarily wrong, but here's what you could have done better. And like, the whole goal of the D-League was supposed to be a place of growth and a place of learning. And I just didn't commit to it because I got myself in over my head on numerous different things, and it eventually just fell apart. And the same thing happened in Maine. We had no analysts. I didn't do the weekly PRs. I didn't do the weekly pick'ems. I didn't do the weekly recaps, and I missed that. I'm really mad that that didn't happen this season. So it wasn't as fun as season 2 was to me. And granted, season 2 I had a losing record. I think I went 3-8, missed playoffs by a long shot. Here I did well, made playoffs, and I don't view it as a successful season. I mean, it's successful in the fact that we made it to the end. We had a championship, and the season's complete. So, but I wanted more out of this season, and just didn't get it. So, but you know, it is what it is. I'm burnt out as well as a commissioner, because as you guys know, WWC has been going on since February of this year. Between season 1 and season 2, we had almost 4 months break between the two seasons. Like, we ended in November and we didn't fire up until February again. So I need a break, just because, like, sanity-wise, it's tough. It's tough to commission, and if you don't know or haven't seen the video, there's a video on the channel with Jetman and I, and yeah, no, the other one won't be out by then. Yeah, the other one won't be out yet. Hopefully I'm going to sit down with Eon, and Hydra. Sorry, Eon. Sit down with Eon and Hydra, and we'll talk talk Commissioner-wise, LTP-wise, but, it's tough. It really is tough being Commissioner. A lot of times you have to play the bad guy, which is not what I like to do. Finding coaches, getting tiers, running the draft, in my case doing a draft stream, making sure matches are played on time, making sure analysts are doing their job on time, making sure pick'ems are getting done, making sure the weekly recaps are recorded and ready to go, making sure I have my teams built on top of commissioning, finding replacements, finding coaches, it's a hell of a lot of work. Making docs. I don't do 90% of the doc work. I don't do 95% of the doc work. I've had amazing people do doc work for me to help me keep the docs running. Crow and now Zaki is working on Season 4's doc, and Aurora Infinity before then. And that's the other thing, keeping the docs up to date every week. It's really hard to run by yourself, let alone running 2 divisions, which is why D-League didn't pay so much attention, because I was always chasing my tail. So, I don't know, I'm exhausted, I need a break, so WWC is done for now, at least for the next couple months, foreseeably. We're going to come back in 2020, once Gen 8 has kind of settled the dust a little bit, and we figure out, okay, this is how Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing spoiler works. This is how it would fit in versus Megas, versus Z Crystals, versus this and that, and all the good stuff. And actually, I need to DM Jake, because I think I just figured out how we do that. Because Jake and I are discussing this. Okay, cool. Jake and I just figured this out. Maybe. So, and that gets into the next point. So, I said D-League's done. It's gone. That is true. WWC D is no longer a thing. However, there are still 2 branches of WWC. We are keeping the 2 divisions. And Jake, aka Lord Dixie, Lord's Weather Podcast, he and I do a lot of things together on here. He's one of my closest friends, if not my closest friend on Discord. Sorry to anybody else that gets offended by that. I'm just speaking truthfully here. He is going to take over the Alpha division. What is Alpha? Alpha is essentially for new players, because in Greek, Alpha is the first letter of the alphabet. Alpha is beginning, Alpha and Omega, beginning, end. So Jake is going to run the Alpha Conference, and the Alpha Conference will consist mainly of new players that are looking to expand their skill set, trying new leagues, and all that. And then the main league is now being changed to WWC Gamma. Why Gamma and not Omega to make it Alpha and Omega? Because WWC is not the end for people. At least I don't think so. WWC is the next step. From WWC, people can go out and get the skill from, they learn how to play in Alpha, they get the skills in Gamma, and then they go find their Omegas. And that, like APA, NCL, Mount Silver, Red, trying to think of the other, GBA, LDL, you know, the big time leagues, the big time heavy hitting leagues. Phone, do not care. Thank you. So that's why we're Gamma. We're your middle stop. We take you from learning how to play competitive Mons to running up against some of these harder coaches to the point where you're ready to move on and go out and get the next step, the next highest challenge. So Jake will be running Alpha. It'll be completely his. There will be an Alpha draft stream, because I love doing draft streams. I'll see if I can get Jake sat down, if we can plan far enough ahead, get him time off, get me time off, and we can sit and draft stream Alpha and Omega. Alpha and Gamma. Alpha and Gamma. G, Gamma, middle letter in Greek. There probably will not be weekly recaps for Alpha. Probably won't be pick'ems for... There might be pick'ems for Alpha. Probably will be pick'ems for Alpha now that I think about it. It's up to Jake. Jake has total control on Alpha. What he wants to do gets done, except if it comes to recording videos, because then it falls to me, and I don't have... Unless Jake starts recording, because I don't have the time to record. I don't have the finances to pay analysts to record for me, so... There probably won't be YouTube videos related to Alpha, but there will definitely be a draft stream and probably server side pick'ems. As far as Gamma goes, that remains under my control. I will continue to run Gamma, I'll continue to coach in Gamma, and I'm going to push to try and put Gamma back where it was in Season 2, and try to find a reliable analyst crew that will do pick'ems every week on time, that will do power rankings, maybe jump in recording with me, and we're going to get back to doing that because, one, I won't have to focus so much on running two divisions, and two, I hopefully will have more time to deal with it. So that's kind of where WWC is going. It's still going to be two 16-man division or conferences. Jake's taking over one, I'm running the other. We are going to run with the Gen 8 Mons mixed in as well. Like, there's a whole list of things that Jake and I are talking over. Like, do we keep Zs? Do we keep Megas? How are we doing playoffs? When's the bye week coming in? What rules are we putting in? What rules are we changing? How does this and that? And a lot of it we can't solve until Gen 8 comes out. So that's part of the reason we're also taking a break. But I do want to thank everybody, all the coaches that were in and either had to drop out or were in and stayed in, all the analysts before we collapsed, the analysts, everybody that's helped update docs, everybody that's helped create docs, everybody that's helped run the league, everyone that's helped get the replays done, all the coaches for participating in 13 long weeks, and those in playoffs that went an extra 3 weeks, and like it means the world to me to see a league that I created run and run well. And I know that it was not a failure. I just think it is because it wasn't everything that I thought in Season 2, but by no means was this a failed season. So, but yeah, congrats to Ian, congrats to Zippy. Both well-deserved, well-fought, well-earned, hard seasons from both of them, as from all the other coaches as well. I don't know if we'll have our new logo yet. Griffin was going to work on a new logo with me, and so was Jaden. We ended up scrapping that logo, or at least I scrapped that logo, because I realized it was just going to be a nightmare financially and creatively for them to have to deal with. So for everyone's sanity, I just said we're going to scrap that, and we're going to come back and do a different logo. Don't know if we'll have that up and running by the time Season 4 rolls around yet, but we'll see. Season 4, WWC 2020. I will see you guys there. Thank you again to everybody. Check out the links in the description down below. And we will see you guys again for Season 4 of WWC.